And I'll just let you know, I'm in the middle of my work day, and but I had this hour free, so I wanted to sign up for it.
Yeah, and if you have to go, I totally get that.
Yeah, and I'll get the recording later.
Exactly.
So far, so good. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming, and thank you for everyone who's tuning into this after the fact. I got inspired to put this little class together when I saw the list of the oils that are on sale right now with doTERRA, because I think they're very, very useful oils. There's oils, a lot of them I use every day. And so my hope for this webinar is to do 3 things, which I like to do in most classes, most intro classes. So if you're learning about oils for the first time, you're going to learn what an essential oil is, why doTERRA is different, how to use essential oils. I'm going to get a little more specific on the emotional side of using essential oils today, because I think that is a big reason why a lot of people come to use essential oils, and it's also a reason why people keep using essential oils, because they work on that plane. So also, I want people who are watching, and you don't need to answer this, Sarah, but just tune in for a second and, think about your oil usage, your history with oils, what you know about essential oils, why you use your oils, what's going on for you right now. Maybe you're looking for specific solutions, and this is all about you. This is not about other people in your life. It's just focused on yourself, and even out of that brain mode, more into your physical space. So sometimes if my brain is really messy, or there's a lot of going on in my head, that's enough. You don't need to go into what's going on in your head, but if you're up here a lot, just identify that. Or maybe you have some butterflies or stuff going on in your gut, or some back pain, or just kind of identify physically how you're feeling today. And then sit up a little bit straighter, take a deep breath wherever you are, inhale, and then really extend your exhale. And I like to do this for a couple of reasons. First of all, just bringing your posture up and sitting up a little straighter immediately kind of brings you into the present. The other thing, when you're using essential oils, pairing them with breath or using them aromatically is very powerful. So if you have an oil that you love, or if you already have a doTERRA account, maybe grab that oil right now and rub a little on your wrist. Or if you have a peppermint beadlet, which is part of the sale, take a peppermint beadlet. And let's do that again. So take a deep breath in and exhale. And I'm going to actually do that with peppermint beadlet again. So take a breath in and exhale. So just to give you a little example of how I use oils on a daily basis, is I kind of will go through this exercise, usually in the morning. I have my set go-to oils that I always use, but if something unexpected happens, or if something's come up, or if I'm noticing I'm dealing with something or being triggered in a new way, sometimes I'll just take a moment to figure out where in my body that's happening. Often it is, for me, full disclosure, it's my head, and I've just got a lot going on. And that's a sign for me that I need to put oils on my feet. So when you put oils on your feet, first of all, just that action of moving your hands to your feet, putting your feet on the ground, is going to be more grounding. It takes you out of that headspace. But also in reflexology and the soles of your feet, that's going to bring the oil into your body system, and energetically just grounding your energy. down to your feet and out of your head. Another place when I'm in that heady space is my heart center. And this might be, as it's also a powerful place if you're finding, if for grief, for anxiety, if you're like racing heart, like nervous, anticipating the future. Again, that's headiness. Coming into your heart space and applying oils over your heart can be very, very powerful and effective. And I don't just do it once or twice. I like to kind of commit to one oil for a few days and just in that area. And I don't, at this point in my oil, the way I use oils, I don't even think about it. A lot of the times I kind of go quickly, okay, where am I feeling this? I'm feeling this in my heart. What oil do I need? I just ask myself, and the first one that kind of comes to my mind, I'll grab that. I'll smell it just to make sure it's the one I was thinking of. And if that smell like identifies, I'm good with it, then I'll just apply it. So in the mornings, I like to go for woodier oils, citrus oils. Through the day, I'm kind of minty, florals, kind of all over the map. So that's kind of a bit of a broad picture, but I want you to just think about that and think about your body reactions. And just, if you take anything away today, just notice, come away and notice what's going on in your physical body, whether it's muscle pain, anything like that, digestion, where do you feel it in your body? And then how can you apply an oil to help that area? So what is an essential oil, and if you had never heard of an essential oil and you just jumped into what I was talking about, and this might be you watching this, you might think I'm completely crazy, but essential oil is a volatile aromatic compound. So essential oils come from plants, trees, seeds. They evaporate into the air. They're highly concentrated, and they've been used for hundreds and hundreds of years for healing, medically, emotionally, for skincare, for perfume. Essential oils are not new. The essential oils in the consumer mindset and the consumer marketplace are new. And, they've definitely hit the mainstream. And so much that I think Big Pharma is paying attention. Big companies, like you can see Febreze is now making essential oil plugins. Gross, don't buy those.
Yeah.
But the reason why doTERRA is different, and what really attracted me to doTERRA is the fact that they are very transparent in their sourcing, in where they're getting their essential oils. As oils are more and more popular, there's a lot of shady business going on, and as far as where the oils are coming from. Chemistry is our chemists in the world are so advanced with essential oils and chemistry that they can actually synthesize essential oil now. So when you look at it, it has all the markings of a plant, but it's synthesized. So, doTERRA doesn't do that. There's no shadiness going on. And if you're looking for more information on this, I definitely encourage you to look at this website, Source to You. I just got back from a trip to Vancouver where I got to see firsthand how doTERRA distills Arbor Vitae essential oil. And they said when I was on this trip, like, ask us anything. Ask us anything. We are not hiding anything and about anything. So, I'm very reassured. I've been working with this company for 5 years. Another big piece of this is their Healing Hands Foundation and their commitment to, because most essential oils come through the developing countries, and their commitment to the farmers, the people who are producing these oils and the commitment to their communities. So it's not just about what they're paying the farmer, it's about creating schools and health clinics and setting up infrastructure in these communities. You know, one of the stories I heard on the trip from one of the owners, Emily Wright, was how they had gone to, I believe it was Haiti, and they're setting up their operation for vetiver, and they're talking to the people, and it's just extreme poverty, and there was no well in the city, in the town that they were in, and so that was one of the things that was kind of one of the first projects that they did with Healing Hands, was to put wells into this town. So, and that has changed this town before they're even paying the farmers, because a lot of these places, money doesn't even matter. It's like they need water. So doTERRA, it wants to know everything when they go into a community. They are there to support. They want to get the most amount of people in the world out of poverty. So it sounds almost too good to be true, but I believe it, and I've seen it firsthand. And as far as the transparency, and you can look on their YouTube channel and all that stuff for lots of videos. The other thing that makes doTERRA a little different is they have people like me, wellness advocates. So wellness advocate is an essential oil educator. I'm not here to diagnose. I'm not here to give you cures to diseases. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to be. I'm here to empower you. I'm here to share my experiences, share what I've heard, what things that have worked for other people in my community. But it's really up to you to make the choice and to use your oils and to figure out the answers for yourself. But because doTERRA is education based, I can point you in the right direction. I do things like this. We have lots of different things for our oils community, including an oil camp, a Facebook group, and direct contact with me at any time. I'm gonna help you figure out what's going to work for you in the best way possible. So now I'm going to hop into how to use essential oils, and I'm going to use some of the oils from the doTERRA's flash sale and back to school kind of theme, if you're watching this after the sale, because it ends tomorrow, to show, to illustrate 3 ways to use essential oils. First way is aromatic. So aromatic can be as simple as putting a few drops of oil in your diffuser or in your hands. I'm just gonna stop my share for a second. Now, if you see behind me, I have the Lumo Diffuser, and this is one of my favorite diffusers. This is on sale right now. The reason why diffusing essential oils is so powerful is when you inhale something through your nose, it hits your olfactory system. This is the area of your brain that produces serotonin, the feel-good emotions. It's the part of your brain that's going to tell you to relax, to wake up, to calm down. It is also, the other thing that essential oils do is they cross the blood-brain barrier. And I don't know much about that, so I'm not going to go into it. But if you want to look that up, feel free. But they can do a lot of things because they're natural compounds. And what I've seen in using oils for the past couple of years is it's a very gentle approach, but very powerful approach. And this is probably the simplest, most easiest way to use essential oils with kids, young kids, newborns, kids with special needs, and I would say to start with diffusing. The second really powerful, most powerful way to use essential oils is topically. And I personally, for me, topically is probably the most powerful way that I get results. And it's also really easy to use your oils throughout the day when you're using them topically. Now, all of the oils that I'm going through today are fantastic to use on your skin. I want to talk a little bit about Serenity. So Serenity is this is a calming blend. So it's one that I tend to use at nighttime. I love this the most in my diffuser. and it's one that really works. I think I actually have stopped diffusing it because I'm challenging myself to use my oils in different ways, but I seriously use this for 4 years straight in my diffuser every night. And I would add, you know, depending on the time of year, you can mix, like, it works really well with mints. It works well with citrus, if you want to change it up a bit. But yeah, Serenity is a blend, is a calming blend. And I didn't look up what's in the blends, but I will tell you on the emotional side. I do have my guide here that I just want to share some of the emotional benefits of these. Is tranquility. So it's a powerful effect on the mind and the heart. It's a calming blend that invites individuals to let go of stress, anxiousness, being overwhelmed, supports an overactive mind. It does have vetiver in it, sandalwood, and it's got lavender, cedarwood, hoe wood, lang lang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, vanilla, and sandalwood. So helps calm emotions, tranquil emotions, peaceful, relaxed, compassionate. You get the drift. This is the oil for you for sleep, especially if lavender maybe hasn't worked right off the bat. Lavender hasn't worked. Try Serenity. It has a little bit of lavender in it, but it's got some other stuff in there that pack a punch. Sarah's saying, I love Anchor. Oh, Anchor's in the yoga collection. I love that too. So good. I went to a training with Elena Brower who talked about Anchor. Anchor's one you can put on your feet, obviously. Anchor, so like, it's that still grounding. It's that grounding oil. So topically, doTERRA has a touch line of oils. I've lost the box. I got the set and I was like, I should save the box. And then I saved the box for a really long time and then I threw it out. So the touch line of oils is nine oils that are all come pre-diluted. So I use these oils on my infant, Sam, when he was 9 weeks old. Zengest, he was flying, was upset, tummy upset. Zengest is a digestive blend, roll it in his belly. There's an easy air version of that in this kit, lavender, peppermint, frankincense, On Guard, oregano, breathe. So basically, these are all the oils that come in the Home Essentials or Family Essentials kit, except for lemon, but they are not, but they're for topical use. So I initially was like, oh, they're just for kids, but I disagree with that. I have peppermint on me at all times, frankincense. The dilution is perfect and effective for any age from birth to, death. And so these are very handy. And I want to talk a little bit about DigestZen because I think that this oil gets overlooked a little bit unless you have digestion stuff. But if you are dealing with anxiety and you really get it in your gut, you get really tightness in your gut. DigestZen I'm calling it DigestZen because that's the name in the US. Zengest in Canada is one that is really good for that. And I actually have a mom, I don't think she'll mind that I tell this story, whose daughter's a really good cheerleader. She does a lot of competitions. She's still young, 10 or 11, 12. And she gets upset stomach before competitions. And so she uses this nervousness. She uses this before the competitions and she always has her bottle of Zengest on her. So any nerves, that kind of stuff that you feel it in your gut, this is an awesome, awesome oil. Sarah, do you use frankincense for emotions? If so, when do you use it? Yes, 100%. Frankincense for emotions. So frankincense is the oil of truth. And initially that freaked me out because I was like, what am I, like, I sometimes come from the place where I feel like I've done something wrong. I'm going to be found out. But I've worked through that. And frankincense is one that really helped with that, because it's actually the oil of like who you came into when you were born in the world, before the shit happened, before the problems happened, before things got complicated. So frankincense brings you back to the truth of you, the stuff beyond your external, the true you at your core. In yoga, I would call it your true north. When if you go to a yoga class and or maybe not yoga or meditation, or you have a very relaxing experience, or a summer, I'm thinking like lying on the beach where you like hear the waves and you're very present in your body. Frankincense is an oil that can support that presence. It's excellent for meditation. I just dab it on throughout the day. There's not really a specific time that I will put it on there. But for my kids, it's very calming. For my son Rourke, who has complex needs, it's one that goes in his diffuser most nights. I have a roller ball for him that I've made specifically with specific oils. Okay, so frankincense is pulse points. Definitely. So crown of the head. So you can do it like chakra, like right at the top of your head. You can just, I like to put oils right here. You can put it behind your ears is another good spot for frankincense. Forehead, anywhere on your forehead, which is also going to give you the anti-aging benefits. If you have any skin stuff, frankincense is going to help with that. But yeah, face, head, back of your ears. I don't really put it on my feet. Some pulse points that I like for oils, like frankincense, would be heart, crown, backs of ears. I also like the elbow creases and wrist creases. So those are some of the places that I'll roll frankincense on.
Thank you.
No problem. So on the topical side, so that's the touch kit. I didn't talk about all of the oils, but that's kind of like my few ones I wanted to touch on emotionally. One thing I will mention is tea tree. This is Melaleuca, but it's tea tree in Canada. One thing that I just started using this about a year ago, and it's really effective. Tea tree is an energy clearer. So it kind of, if you're sensitive to large crowds, or you might have a child that, if you go to somewhere busy, you find they come home and they have a hard time calming down, coming back to their center. Tea tree is totally one to use before you use other oils. So it's kind of gonna like clear cut any energetic ties. So for instance, if I'm gonna use frankincense for getting back to me, I would use tea tree first and put tea tree on. So disinfect it. It's a disinfectant by nature, so good for zits, good for skin irritations, anything like that. But on an energetic level, it's about boundaries. So really good for energetic boundaries. It's one that too, if you are going out in the day, it's one to start your day with too. Like I would use that one first, then put your other oils on. So I actually love having this in a roller to take with me too before, like, I love transitions through the day when you have time to, if you're going in somewhere and you're going to put some oils on, or you need to reset, tea tree will do the job. So bottom of the feet, crown of the head. I like it on my wrists because I feel like, when you're like, my hands are, if I'm touching people or going around people, like that's a place, and my foreheads, but It's also intuition. So these are just suggestions. These are things that have worked for other people. It doesn't mean if you try it on those places, play around with that for a few days. Don't overthink it though. If you're overthinking, go back to your first idea. That's one of my rules of thought, like with oils. Less is more. So that's the other thing that I like about these touch oils, these oils that come pre-diluted, is because less is more, you don't need as much. So you don't really have to think about it. Whereas when you have the full bottle, and if you're diluting it and that kind of stuff, sometimes you use too much because we're conditioned in our society to think we need more. We don't with essential oils. We need them in diluted. I always dilute. And I love the dilution of these because it takes that guesswork out of it. So topical, few other oils I want to talk about for topical. So on the emotion side, Motivate and Peace are two powerful oils. I talk a lot about peace in my own life because it was such a powerful oil for our son Rourke. I use pretty much every other oil trying to topically on him to help him sleep and calm down. He is nonverbal when sometimes he has moments in the month. I've actually pegged it down to the full moon, where he will be up all night. And he's not upset. He's just awake and he's wound. Like he sounds like a dolphin. This is kind of the noises he makes. And it's like a hyperactive child. And Peace is one that is the most effective oil that I've used with him. So I always have his Peace roller beside his bed. I've had many people tell me, give me stories about Peace helping with ADD, helping with just calming. It is a wonderful oil if you're just looking for like a personal fragrance that's also going to give you the emotional benefits. On that side of it too, Motivate is another one that is going to be really good for any for a perfume. Any of these can be, but Motivate's one that I have a lot of people who like just wearing. But it's also one, it's specifically for, on the emotional side, for encouragement. It was created for people who need motivation and encouragement. So if you're feeling like procrastinating, heaviness, this is, or there's something you just don't want to do, this is going to push you into it. With ease. The other thing that I learned about Motivate recently was it is really good for digestion, helps you poop. So so if you don't like the smell of Digest Zen, or you want something a little different, this smells better. I like the smell of Digest Zen. It's got a little licorice gingery smell, but citrus vanilla smell. It's really good and effective. So that is the first kind of set of rollers. The next kit I'm going to talk about is the kids kit. So this comes all together. You can buy these individually, but for this go around, I'm going to show you. The oils come in this little carrying case. You also get these little cute carabiners, and then you get 6 oils. Now, I, again, got these oils, Sarah. Yeah, I got these oils for my kids, and I use them. I use them. I love them. My top picks that I use the most for myself is Stronger. I love this one because it's got my favorite oils in it, including cedarwood, frankincense, litsi, and rose. So frankincense and rose are really expensive oils. So it's so awesome that you can get this blend at a fraction of the price. And it's one that is used for immunity support.
Okay, that's good.
But I use it for energetic. I use it for energy. I use it if I'm going out in a crowd, like, but yeah, it's for immunity, but for me, I use it for energetic protection. And also if I'm feeling a little teary or on the sensitive side of things. I was just on a women's weekend with my family and I love them so much, but on the drive home, I'm like, I really need to get home and by being in my space, I wish I had had this oil with me. So the stronger.
That was stronger you were talking about, right?
Yeah, stronger, use it on the back of your neck, bottoms of your feet for an added boost and for protection when you are not feeling your best.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then, you know, also in this, we've got Rescuer, Steady, Brave, the Courage Blend, Thinker, and Calmer. So Calmer is one I use with my 4-year-old for sleep. It's got, it has Buddha wood, and Roman chamomile, lavender. It's one that he associates with sleep now. Thinker, this is going to be for your focus. So that's one where you're going to go in the morning and try it on. The other, put it on in the morning or throughout the day as you need support. The cool thing about these oils, this little kit, is you get a little how-to guide, which gives you, again, suggestions of where to put the oils on your body.
I love this kit. I've got it beside me as I work all day.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, I'm coming up to a meeting and, you know, I've got to present. And so I'll go, okay, what do I want? Stronger, brave, or calmer, you know? So anyway, this is an awesome kit. I saw one of the doTERRA main videos talking about this. There were 2 women and they both said, we have our own kit. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing about this kit, which I love, is if you are more sensitive to smells, the blends are more simple. They're lighter, so you can feel like I don't really think about people smelling me, and I only get positive feedback. But if you're in a place where you're worried about sensitivities, these are much lighter.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. The next one I'm going to talk about, because it's going from Thinker into InTune. So this is an old bottle of InTune, and I'll explain why in a second. But Thinker and InTune are 2 focus oils. So anytime I'm doing work or accounting or like things that I just need to like do one thing at that time and not multitask, these are ones I reach for. InTune is not diluted. So I dilute mine.
Okay.
Because this is strong. And it's got lime and patchouli. It's really, I love it, but it is an acquired taste. And one thing I noticed when I got through this was my first bottle I ever got. I got through it, and then I was like, I had like this much left in the bottle, and I added coconut oil, and it's still as good, still as powerful. Okay. So I have another bottle that I just keep adding into this. Yeah. So this will last a long time. And when you get it, notice it. I agree, it can be strong. Some people will love it right away, especially if you love patchouli. But it's very effective. So if you're looking for something really, really effective, the ways to use it too, if you're using it with kids, is roll it on their feet, put their socks on. You're not going to worry about the smell. Okay. With kids, you can put the oils under their clothing. Like if they're older kids, let them do it. Give them the agency to do it. And and see where they do it. Like my 4-year-old, I ask him where he wants his oil. And then I say, well, put it there and let him. Before bed, I just roll it up and down his spine. Okay. Few other things I want to chat about today is there's the On Guard hand sanitizer. So this is one that I just was actually getting ready for this presentation, and I realized I'm really low on this. So I'm excited because I'm gonna restock it. I give it as gifts to all of Rourke's caregivers as gifts from
It's a gift for you. Don't ever.
Yeah. I have it in my bathroom. I usually, like, if I'm going somewhere, I'll just I just give them away because I don't like that triclosan. The Purell stuff is just not.
No, garbage.
No. Peppermint beadlets. So peppermint beadlets are a little known thing for some people, and when they discover them, they're so excited. So I'm not a gum chewer.
No.
These are like little breath fresheners. There's just like a quarter of a drop of peppermint in each beadlet. So you can put these, you can just pop it in your mouth. You pop the capsule and fresh breath. Energizing, good for digestion, fresh breath. Not for kids, more for grown-ups. Oh, teenagers, you know, preteens for sure. But so that is really a powerful, an awesome thing to have in your bag. And the other awesome thing about these beadlets is there's 125 in one package, so they really last a long time. These are another thing I always end up giving away, and then I have to reorder them.
And peppermint is a fantastic, what's the word? If you're craving sweets and you take a beadlet, boom, you're done. You don't have the craving anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly. And peppermint's the oil of a zest for life. Like it comes in fast and goes out fast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
frequency. Yeah,
you can keep using it. And it's also like people, they even say like people can get dependent on peppermint because of that minty rush.
Yeah.
But it's one that like, if you need to wake up in the morning, if you are, you know, fatigued, I always have my peppermint roller with me. I use it for sinuses. It shifts things it can shift things in an instant. And then you can use something more substantial that will last a little bit longer, like your peace, your motivate, your frankincense, lavender.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. So that was pretty much all I wanted to cover today. One thing I do want to say, if you're watching the video and you don't yet have a wholesale account, it's pretty simple. Wholesale account is basically you get an introductory package and then you just add the oils onto it, and I can walk you through that. You just reach out to me and we can have a conversation. If you haven't ordered in a while and you need help ordering, send me a message and I can help you with that too. I just then want to thank you for watching the replay, coming on live, Sarah.
Couple of questions before you go.
Yeah.
So all the things that you mentioned in the first invitation, there had a couple of bamboo boxes. Do you show those just so I can see?
Yeah. So I don't have the third. Thank you for the reminder. So I don't have the third bamboo box, but the two level. But this is what they come like.
Is that one level?
That's the one drawer. So the oils there's oils there.
Oh, holy shit, that's awesome. Okay.
And there's oils there.
Okay.
If you have a big supply, I would get the 2-drawer. I should have got the 2-drawer.
Okay. And when you say the sale ends tomorrow, does that mean it's midnight tonight or midnight tomorrow?
Midnight Friday. I mean Saturday, like 11:59.
11:59 Friday night.
Mountain time.
Mountain time.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the night, not sleeping, and you can
and there are some different stuff in the U.S. warehouse, which I'm not going to go into.
Okay, just to go, but they're not all on the Canadian site.
Everything I covered today is in the Canadian.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And reach out if you have other questions too.
Yeah, that hack video that I think I contacted you about quite a few months ago, that was unbelievable. I followed everything, and I now have all those like extra roller bowls, little diffuser, not diffusers, but sprayers, and everything.
That's good feedback. Thank you for that.
Yeah, so more hack. You know, I love those hacks. And so like I now use the spray, counter spray and everything. And like I spray the house now, like almost every day to get my emotions out. Because I don't need them again. Yeah, it's really helpful, Jen.
Well, thank you. Good. That's the kind of stuff I want to know. What you're liking and what you're using.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. I feel like it was my own personal I'm like, fine. So thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank